Welcome back. The purpose of this brief video is to give you an introduction to the issue of film and the emotions. And what follows, I will rely heavily on Noel Carroll's analysis. Let's make some distinctions. Affect refers broadly to any felt bodily state, such as pleasures, desires, and even emotions, though many philosophers see affect as more primary and primitive than the emotions. Think of affect as stimulus plus response. Emotions are complex intentional states. They are about something. They have an object. Emotions represent a relationship between a person and her environment. Carroll defines emotions as a mental state accompanied by physiological and autonomic nervous system changes, subjective feelings, action tendencies, and outward bodily behaviors. To be clear, the autonomic nervous system controls unconscious bodily activities like breathing or the beating of the heart. Action tendencies refer to one's tendency toward certain behaviors in response to emotions. Outward bodily behaviors includes facial expressions, vocalizations, etc. Roberts defines emotions as concern-based construals, a person's judgment or perception which is rooted in that person's concern. Consider Anne, who becomes fearful when she construes that her cab driver is driving too fast. Her concern is for her safety. Or Jane, who experiences guilt when she mulls on the fact that she has stolen a cookie from the cookie jar. Her construal is that she is blameworthy, and her concern is that she is a bad person. Moods can last for hours or days, and thus last longer than emotions, though they are still a type of affect. Do moods need objects? It may seem that moods can occur for no reason, but often negative or positive moods follow negative or positive emotions. Moods and emotions seem like they impact each other. Carroll writes that a person in a certain mood is primed to experience related emotions because moods influence construals. So what are filmic emotions? Many philosophers see them as something like spectator or witness emotions. Our emotional responses to film involve background assumptions, beliefs, and values within one's mental state. But within one's mental state, there seem to be two elements that separate filmic emotions from their extra-filmic counterparts. The first is the realization that the spectator cannot affect the events depicted on screen. Emotions are often accompanied by action tendencies, which are suppressed or disabled during viewing. However, the spectator knows that her actions will not influence or impact the events on the screen, which makes negative emotions less laden with anxiety. Number two, the understanding that the events depicted are not actually happening, at least at the time of viewing. The assumption of fictionality allows us to enjoy films with a lesser degree of emotional distress. We approach films with a sort of playful attitude as a result. So now we can begin to confront one of the great issues here. Why do spectators of film have emotions at all? If emotions depend on belief, then filmic emotions are irrational. Two general opposing solutions here are the pretense theory and the thought theory. Pretense theory tells us that filmic emotions are quasi-emotions that exist within the context of a game or make-believe. Thought theory, on the other hand, holds that filmic emotions are indeed genuine because fiction engages a part of our brain that generates automatic affective and emotional responses, which also preclude action on behalf of the spectator. Obviously, there's a lot more to say here. I hope that this video sets up the readings for you quite well, and I hope you're having a nice summer.